Second Chronicles 34. Yoshiyahu was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 1 and 30 years. And he did that which was right in the sight of Yahuwah, and walked in the ways of David his father, and declined neither to the right hand nor to the left. For in the 8th year of his reign, while he was yet young, he began to seek after the Elohai of David his father. And in the 12th year he began to purge Yehuda and Jerusalem from the high places, and the Asherah pole, and the carved images, and the molten images. And they broke down at the altars of Baalim in his presence, and the images that were on high above them he cut down, and the Asherah pole, he and the carved images and the molten images he broke in pieces, and made dust of them, and strode it upon the graves of them that had sacrificed unto them. And he burnt the bones of the priests upon their altars, and cleansedeth Yehuda and at Jerusalem. And so did he in the cities of Manasseh, and Ephraim, and Shimon, even unto Naphtali, with their mattocks round about. And when he had broken down at the altars, and at the Asherah pole, and the beaten graven images into powder, and cut down all the idols throughout all the land of Yasharel, he returned to Jerusalem. Now in the 18th year of his reign, when he had purged the land and the house, he senteth Shaphan the son of Atzaliahu, and doth Maasyahu the governor of the city, and doth Joach the son of Joachaz the recorder, to repaireth the house of Yahuwah Elohim. And when they had came to Hilkiyahu the high priest, they delivered it the money that was brought into the house of Elohim, which the Leviim that guarded the doors had gathered of the hand of Manasseh and Ephraim, and of all the remnant of Yasharel, and of all Yehuda and Benjamin, and they returned to Jerusalem. And they put it in the hand of the workmen that had the oversight of the house of Yahuwah, and they gave it to the workmen that wrought in the house of Yahuwah to repair and amend the house. Even to the artificers and builders gave they it, to buy hewn stone and timber for couplings, and to flooreth the houses which the king of Yehuda had destroyed. And the men did the work faithfully, and the overseers of them were Yachath and Obadiah, the Leviim of the sons of Meri, and Zachariahu and Meshullam of the sons of the Kohathim, to set it forward, and other of the Leviim, all that could skill of instruments of music. Also they were over the bearers of burdens, and were overseers of all that wrought the work in any manner of service. And of the Leviim there were scribes and officers and porters. And when they brought out the money that was brought into the house of Yahuwah, Hilkiyahu the priest foundeth a Cepher of the Torah of Yahuwah, given by Moshe. And Hilkiyahu answered and said to Shaphan the scribe, I have found the Cepher of the Torah in the house of Yahuwah. And Hilkiyahu deliveredeth the Cepher to Shaphan. And Shaphan carriedeth the Cepher to the king, and broughteth the king word back again, said, All that was committed to your servants, they do it. And they have gathered together the money that was found in the house of Yahuwah, and have delivered it into the hand of the overseers, and to the hand of the workmen. Then Shaphan the scribe told the king, saying, Hilkiyahu the priest has given me a Cepher. And Shaphan read it before the king. And it came to pass, when the king had heard the words of the Torah, that he renteth his clothes. And the king commanded Hilkiah and Achikam, the son of Shaphan, and Abdon, the son of Milcah, and Shaphan, the scribe, and Asiah, the servant of the king's, saying, Go, inquireth YAHUAH for me, and for them that are left in Yasharel and in Yehudah, concerning the words of the Cepher that is found. For great is the wrath of YAHUAH that is poured out upon us, because our fathers have not guarded the word of YAHUAH, to do after all that is written in this Cepher. And Hilkiah and they that the king had appointed went to Huldah the prophetess, the woman of Shalom, the son of Tikva, the son of Karach, garter of the wardrobe. Now she dwelt in Jerusalem in the college, and they spoke to her to that effect. And she answered them, Thus says YAHUAH Elohai of Yasharel, Tell ye the man that sent you to me. Thus says YAHUAH, Behold, I will bring evil upon this place, and upon the inhabitants thereof, even all the curses that are written in the Cepher which they have read before the king of Yehudah, because they have forsaken me, and have burned incense unto other Elohim, that they might provoke me to anger with all the works of their hands. Therefore my wrath shall be poured out upon this place, and shall not be quenched. And as for the king of Yehudah, who sent you to inquire of YAHUAH, so shall you say unto him, Thus says YAHUAH Elohai of Yasharel concerning the words which you have heard. Because your heart was tender, and you did humble yourself before Elohim, when you heardeth his words against this place and against the inhabitants thereof, and humbled yourself before me, and did rendeth your clothes, and weep before me, I have even heard you also, says YAHUAH. Behold, I will gather you to your fathers, and you shall be gathered to your grave in peace. Neither shall your eyes see all the evil that I will bring upon this place, and upon the inhabitants of the same. So they broughteth the king word again. Then the king sent and gathered together with all the elders of Yehudah and Jerusalem. And the king went up into the house of Yahuwah, and all the men of Yehudah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and the priests, and the Leviim, and all the people, great and small. And he read in their ears all the words of the Cepher of the covenant that was found in the house of Yahuwah. And the king stood in his place, and cutteth a covenant before Yahuwah, to walk after Yahuwah, to guardeth his commandments, and his testimonies, and his statutes with all his heart, and with all his soul, to performeth the words of the covenant which are written in this Cepher. And he causeth all that were present in Jerusalem and Benjamin to stand to it. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem did according to the covenant of Elohim, the Elohim of their fathers. And Yoshiyahu took away all the abominations out of the countries that pertained to the children of Yasharel, and madeth all that were present in Yasharel to serve, even to serveth YAHUAH Elohim. And all his days they departed not from following YAHUAH, the Elohai of their fathers.